Alright, let's give this thing a try. It says to avoid damage to recoil starter, use only short, quick pulls. I can tell that it's going to pull easily enough. Hi, Chad with Purple Car Life. Today's video is not only a cold start, but also a will it start. I found this old weed whacker slash brush trimmer in a shed. No idea when the last time it ran was. It may have been 10, 15, 20 or more years since this has been running. And actually I remember these. My grandfather had one. I remember as a little kid thinking how scary the saw blade was on the bottom of a weed whacker. So I do remember him having it. I remember it being difficult to control and run. But I found this one. It hasn't been running for a long time, so I thought it'd be kind of a cool experiment to see if we can get it cleaned up, get it started up, and see how it runs. Now let's talk a little bit about what this is. I'm using the club car with the MadJax back platform here as my workstation. Again, you've seen me use this a number of times. It's great that the club car golf cart can just move around wherever I need it to be and be used as a workstation. When you fold this up, it makes a bench. But let's get back to this machine. This is a Montgomery Ward. We actually mentioned Montgomery Ward in a previous log splitter video when I talked about an old Montgomery Ward log splitter that my parents had. Loved reading through those comments. I didn't realize a lot of people called it Monkey Ward or Monkey Wards. Cool old store, kind of a mail catalog order store. And this power scythe is a 3 horsepower professional quality with an 85cc Tecumseh engine. I did get a couple extra blades with this machine. You can see there's 2 different types. There's what I call like this tri-blade, 3 cutting surfaces or 3 cutting edges on the blade. And then just like what's on it, there are like saw blades. I don't know how many teeth those are, but regular what you would see in like a radial arm saw. And then inside these containers are 2 additional blades. So here's Montgomery Ward 11-inch tri-cut blade with the part number, and Montgomery Ward 10-inch brush blade with the part number. On this 10-inch brush blade container, you can see selling price each $11.75. The first thing I want to do is wipe this down. It has been sitting a long time. It'll give us a chance to look it over. I see the blade shield is bent here, but I'm actually able to just bend that out with my finger. It does have an on and off switch. It's a pull start. Like we said, 85cc. Here's the choke instructions on the carburetor. This is the air cleaner. I'm guessing it's supposed to have something else covering it. Flip this around so you can see the other side. Here's the exhaust side of the machine. And the spark plug side. It says Tecumseh Products Company, Grafton, Wisconsin, 2-cycle engine. And it's an AV 520-670 85cc. And according to this sticker, that's 3 horsepower. Let's take a closer look. You can see here, choke's in full, half, no choke. There's that air filter I was talking about. Here's the fuel line, comes down out of the tank into that feed of the carburetor. There is a little Tecumseh sticker inside there. Here's the fuel mix information. This does take 24:1, which I do not, mix gas at that ratio. I've never used 24:1 that I know of. Maybe in old chainsaws when I was young. There is an on-off switch. 85cc and the engine information. And then here is our spark plug. We'll go ahead and take the boot off of that. Take the spark plug out and take a look at it before we get started. So this is a 13/16 wrench spark plug socket. Spark plug's actually not horrible. For how long it's been sitting, it looks like it was running good before it was put away. See if we can see what this plug is. It was pretty grimy. Champion J17 LM. Now that doesn't sound like a familiar number to me. I don't know if I have one of those here, but I'm going to look it up on my phone and see if there's a cross-reference number to something I do have. I don't know if you'll be able to see my screen or not, but I did some looking on that Champion J17 LM spark plug. Shows it's a 14mm thread diameter, 9.5mm thread reach, flat seat, 21mm hex size, and it shows me all the comparable spark plugs. And looking through that list in my stock, I have none. And the site I went to for this is called Spark Plug Cross Reference, and I typed in Champion J17 LM. So since I don't have one, I'm going to try to clean that one up a little bit. I'm going to use a little gum out carbon choke cleaner. Just kind of spray the bottom of the plug here. Give it a little bit of a wipe. You do not need to over tighten spark plugs. Just a tiny little bit like that is plenty. Now, as you can see here, it says 24:1 mix oil with gas. There's also this chart in an owner's manual, but we do not have the owner's manual. So it's saying here 1 gallon of gas to 5 ounces of oil for the US. 2 gallons of gas, 10 ounces, 5 gallons of gas, 25 ounces. Now, like I said, I run 50:1 in my chainsaws and the Stihl trimmer and the Stihl blower, so I've got a lot of 50:1 mix. And this is interesting too. If you look down in here, that gas tank has kind of a big sponge in it. Very unique. It's not just an open vessel. So that must help filter the fuel. So this can is my 50:1 mix that I use in all my Stihl products. Now this needs 24:1. So I'm going to make up just a half gallon. So I've actually got two types of 2-cycle engine oil from Stihl. I've got the HP Ultra 1 gallon at 50:1, but I've also got the high performance 2-cycle engine oil 1 gallon of 50:1 fuel. So I'm going to use this orange high performance one. I believe this one is fully synthetic, the gray bottle, and this one is not synthetic. So since we're not even sure this is going to run, I'd rather use the less expensive. I'll put links to both of these down below in the description. Both work great in my chainsaws, trimmers, and Stihl blower. So if this mixed with 1 gallon of gasoline makes 50:1, this mixed with 1/2 gallon of gasoline would make 25:1. We need 24:1, so I'm going to use a little bit less than half a gallon of gasoline in this empty jug, and we'll be making 24:1. So I'll put the 2-cycle oil in first. If you haven't watched it, I did a video on how I save $300 a year, maybe more, on Stihl Moto Mix by making my own ethanol-free mixture. So check out that video. Okay, so I've got the oil in there. Now I'm going to add ethanol-free gasoline, but we only want to do 1/2 gallon. So I'll have to keep my eye on it as I'm filling it. That's just about perfect right there. And we'll put some in the tank, not a whole lot, because like we said, we're not sure if it's going to run. So that should be enough just to try. Put the gas cap back on this machine. I'm going to move all these out of the way. Now there is a grease zerk here, and actually on the shaft of this machine it says to put 2 squirts of grease in that zerk. That went in almost too easily. Important. Lubricate the drive shaft after every 10 hours of operation using the lube gun furnished with this unit. Apply 2 shots of grease via the zerk fitting provided. Do not over lubricate. Right here on the handle is the throttle, and it seems like it's not working great. Let's take a look at where that attaches to the engine. I'm going to put a little squirt of WD-40 down in that throttle cable. And then here on the engine side, I'll do that part also. That's actually already quite a bit better, but there's another end of that cable right here. Now this particular unit did not come with the shoulder strap that I know it's supposed to have, but I do have one for my Stihl trimmer that I never use on it, but I will attach to this because this is fairly heavy. And you do want to have good control of it. So there, we're hooked onto it now. Now I'm not sure, I'm guessing that that is more throttle and this is less. So I'm going to put it right about in the middle. We'll push this choke all the way down. There is no primer bulb. We'll go ahead and take this off when we try to start it. We'll flip the power switch to on. actually a pretty odd angle pulling up like this. So I'm going to try putting it on the ground. But I'm also going to put a little bit of starting engine fluid in it, starting ether. I'm going to slide this mesh out of the way. Okay, here we go. Try half choke. Maybe try less throttle. Maybe we're flooding it. Power turned on. Choke was down. It did sit a long time. I don't feel any fuel shut off or anything like that. That air filter is just falling apart. It's definitely a tiring one to pull. I'm going to try taking the spark plug out, see if we get any spark. Put it back in the boot. Let it touch on something metal right here on the engine so I can see it. No, I'm not seeing any spark. Take my glasses off here a second. No, no spark. Now, just as a test, this isn't the right spark plug, but it is another spark plug. I'm going to put it in, just hold it against the metal here to see if it sparks, and that'll tell me, hopefully, if it's just a spark plug. No, no spark. Okay, I'm going to put the original Champion spark plug back in, because now we are at my capacity of mechanical expertise. I'm not sure how to produce a spark or what to check next. So if you guys want to comment down below and let me know what I should check next. I'm guessing that when I pull this, there should be points or something in there that sends the spark, sends the power to the spark plug to spark. So if you guys want to comment down below and let me know what to check next. And stay tuned, I'll give you an update. Hopefully in the future we'll have this running. I can show you what it can do. And I can learn what it can do. What if just jiggling it around fixed it? Let's just try. Unlikely, but you never know. Well, I'm going to need your help on this one. Please comment down below what to try next. In the meantime, I'll probably let my dad and Jennifer's dad take a look at this. They're both really good with figuring out how to make things work, certainly better than I am. And probably, hopefully, by the next time you see a video about this Montgomery Ward machine, it'll be running. Thanks again if you like videos like this. They don't always work out, but you never know unless you try. Go ahead and give us a like down below, comment down below, share with your friends. If you're not already subscribed to Purple Car Life, click that subscribe button. We really appreciate it. We'll see you again the next time.